Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new playthrough. This is going to be a real treat as we head into the holidays. We are going to be playing A Touch of Evil using the 10th anniversary edition and the other supplements such as Something Wicked and The Coast. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this today because we're also adding in a bunch of other things that you can see here. I got these expansion packs, these upgrades that will be part of our game, such as the one I really like, which is the Hero Upgrade Pack that gives the heroes just a little bit more capability, more things they can do. And these other Allies Pack, Dark Revelations, and the Madness Games supplement pack will all be put into the game. So it's going to be an extravaganza of A Touch of Evil. And you're saying, well, what do you mean you're playing for this holidays? Halloween's already passed. Yeah, but it's going to be a treat playing against the Nutcracker. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You've seen the intro story already, so I just want to show you the box. Now, this box does hold, I already tell you, it's already ripping. This sucks. I got to figure out how to reinforce this box. Maybe if you got any ideas, let me know. But I did want to show you, it does hold a lot. It does not hold everything, as crazy as it sounds. What it does hold is, I have some old cheat sheets that I've been using for years with the game. But it does hold all of the cards, of course, all the corner locations for the main place, all the monster cards, all the villains, all the heroes. But I also have this book out, or this box out rather, that has these two things in it, which are all the tokens and dice and everything. I mean, there's still a ton of stuff in the game that doesn't make it into the box. So I'm going to get set up. I'm not going to bore you with the entire setup. I think you get the idea. I'm deciding on what characters. I may hand-pick some characters this time around because I know David did his playthrough of this, and I want to make sure we have some different characters in the mix here. And I kind of gravitate towards some of my old favorites, but I might do something a little different in this one. We'll see. But then again, we're playing against the Nutcracker, so it might be tough. I don't know. Nutcracker seems like a hard one to play against. But anyway, we'll see, and we'll see with the setup all ready to go. I got my card holders out. Everything's ready. We're just got to get it unpacked, set up, and then we'll start to play A Touch of Evil. All right, y'all. Here we are. We're set up with all three boards, Shadowbrook, Echo Lake, and the Coast. There's a few more setup items that I want to do. And I just wanted to show you one of the things that a little troublesome about some of the expansions. You see that the card colors are a little different in some instances. So I try to mix them in as best I can. There's a wide variety of them. Now that doesn't mean that you know what the cards are, but you know, you can get some ideas about that. Some of the cards are from the expansion. So I'm going to be drawing from the bottom, and I have to give all of our town elders. If you don't know how to play this game, I highly recommend you go back and see the one that David just did on the channel, and you go back and see the other ones I've done. There's been a lot of playthroughs on this. The one before that I did on the 10th anniversary edition alone, just the base game, and then I've done ones prior to that with the old versions of the game. So we're going to give it a quick cut. I'm going to draw from the bottom and tuck this secret underneath each of the elders that are here, so that they can, because they all have secrets. And one of the things I wish that Flying Frog would do is continue to make these things out for the rest of the game, because there's 3 elders for the Coast board, and they don't have the cool busts of the characters that go along with them. So we're going to outfit my favorite, Sophie the Midwife. She does some cool stuff when she gets in your hand. So does the Harbor Master, by the way, on the other side. And I'll do the rest off camera, but I think you get the idea. I'm going to place these all out, and we're going to have a heck of a time uncovering the secrets to all of these elders. Now, some other elements of setup. There's some things on here that want you to come investigate. Now, that means that some of these spaces here get some investigation. And investigation in this game counts as money. It also counts as things you can use to discover things. It's basically the general currency of the game. But you can see here it says this space starts with 2 investigation. There's a number of those on this board. I think most of them, as a matter of fact. The Forgotten Island does not, but the North Docks do. And I think those 3 spaces do. I don't think the other ones do. I'm looking at them. They do not, but then you can also, there's some variant rules on placing some additional investigation out. but we're not going to do that. We're just going to play as it is. So there's some investigation out on the board already for us to go nab, and that's on the middle board, the Echo Lake board. And then on the far side, we have the coast, the village of Tidewater and its elders. And on the coast, there are even more areas to go check it out. And now we do have some additional places to put out some investigation. There's 3 that go there. See, it tells you on the board, so you don't have to guess at that. I'm trying to see if there's some other ones. I thought there were some other ones, but maybe that's the only one, because all these other ones are town spaces, and I don't think, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so we got extra investigation out. Now let's take a look at the we'll take a look at the villain first, and then we'll take a look at our characters. We are playing against the Volgovian Nutcracker, as you saw in the story. And here's some things about him. He starts with a combat of 5 and a base health of 6 times, of course, times the number of players. We're going to be playing with 3 characters in this game, and we'll show those in a minute. But there's also this. As the dark solstice approaches, a cold chill settles over the sleepy town of Shadowbrook, blanketed in the first nose of the winter season. Passing through town, a mysterious traveling caravan of toy makers and performers gives gifts to the locals and hosts a series of parties full of exotic wines, food, acrobatics, and magic. Spreading holiday cheer across the countryside, the Christmas caravan brings hope to a village long blighted by misfortune. That would be Shadowbrook and Tidewater. But when the gruesome murders begin to occur, it becomes clear that the caravan has brought with it a host of dark secrets and despair. Now, we're going to look at what the caravan does in just a moment. It says, but let's take a look at what the villain himself does. Now, the caravan does have a place on the board, and we're going to put it out there. And it's going to move around the board as well, which makes it a very interesting thing. I don't know if it says it on the other side. No, maybe it's on here. I don't remember. Well, we'll figure it out. We know that the caravan gets placed out. All right. Oh, it's right there. Caravan of Christmas. Okay. Anyway, the Volgovian Nutcracker has a special ability of crushing bite, a terrifying construction of delicate craftsmanship and darkest magic. The Volgovian Nutcracker can crush the life out of the most stalwart of heroes with a single powerful bite. For every 2-hit roll of 6, the villain gets on its fight dice. The hero must discard an item, an ally, or take an additional hit. So we need stuff. Okay, then there's the caravan of the Christmas ball. At the start of the game, place the Christmas caravan on the board at a random location. Any hero encountering the space where the Christmas caravan is currently parked must roll a d6. On a 1, we're going to draw a mystery card. 2, we're going to gain 2 investigation. 2 to 3. 4 to 5, we're gaining an event card. So those 2 things are good. And 6 is really good, gain a d6. And place, not so good, a toy soldiers at 2 random locations. Heroes in the same space as the Christmas caravan may buy from town item stack as an action. At the start of each mystery phase, roll a d6. On a roll of 4+, the Christmas caravan drops 2 investigation at its current location and then moves to a new random location. So we're going to have to remember that during the mystery phase. We're going to have an extra step with the caravan. However, not all is well with the caravan on that front either. But we do have the clockwork creation. The Volgovian Nutcracker gets +1 combat against any hero with less than 4 cunning. I did pick some 2 heroes that have very high cunning on purpose as a result of that. So we can fight the Nutcracker better. The Nutcracker also gives us explosive gifts. Anytime a hero wants to collect investigation from their space, they must make a cunning roll. Now that's not the same as gaining investigation this way, just when they collect it from the space, like the ones I put on the board. If successful, it's a cunning 5 or spirit 5 test. If successful, they collect it as normal. If failed, instead, remove all of the investigation from the space. The hero takes D3 hits from the exploding presence. So when we're investigating, getting investigation off the board in the way of searching for it, basically you can move into a space and you roll a test, spirit or cunning, and for each success you gain that much investigation, but in this case you can also have it blow up in your face. We also have winter snowfall. When rolling for lingering, I don't linger. I've learned the woes of lingering in this game. Sometimes you have to, but I try not to. Lingering means you don't move in a turn. A hero must roll 2 dice and takes the lowest result. This ability counts as a permanent weather card that may not be canceled. Any other weather card that would come into play. Instead, just moves the shadow track one step closer to darkness. And we haven't seen the shadow track yet, but I think you all know how that plays out, right? Okay, then we have 'Tis the Season for Murder, of course. Anytime the mystery card Murder is played, roll a d6. On a 4+, put a stuffed bear minion in the same at the same random location. Or on the roll of 1, the town elder with the lowest cunning is killed, the victim of a deadly exploding gift. And then, of course, when when a elder is killed, it also increases decreases the darkness track. So it gets bad. All right. Then we have Assault of Darkness. Whenever the shadow track crosses into a new stage closer to darkness, roll on the villain minion chart, re-rolling any event's result rolled, and place the minion at 2 random locations. So that's the nutcracker right there. And this is his minion chart. You can see he's got toy soldiers, toy cannons, and stuffed bears. We'll deal with that as we get to it. It's all in Christmas cheer, right? So anyway, we got to place out the Christmas caravan. Actually, it's called the Caravan of Christmas Balls. So here's the layer cards. I'm going to give them a quick shuffle. And then we'll cut and draw one of the layer cards to see where the Christmas caravan is going to start in the game. The lighthouse. Okay, so way, way far away from all of us. That's great. So not very useful to us now, but maybe later. Here is the Christmas caravan. Luckily, we're not far away from showing you the lighthouse. It is right here. I just kept these cards out. They're the reference cards for the different packs I put in. It also tells you, nice cards, tells you what you can do on your hero's turn. You can take actions, and these are actions you can do. You can encounter space. You can collect the investigation on the board. You can heal wounds at a cost of 3 investigation each. You can look at a secret from a town elder at 2 each. You can buy a layer card at the cost on the shadow track, and you can start a showdown, meaning you go fight the bad guy. This is highly likely I'm going to lose, especially with these exploding gifts and making it hard to get investigation. But we'll see. We'll do the best we can. I've played a bunch of this, not meaning that that's going to keep me from making errors and mistakes. It's another Flying Frog game, which I love, but they tend to have a little fiddliness to them, which means mistakes can be made. But I'm super excited about this. It's going to be a fun playthrough, and we're ready. So let's get started. I do want to cover our characters real quick, and then we'll get going with our first turn. Okay, first up, we have Liliana. She's going to start in a town hall, of course. Now, you can start in both towns, the town square or the town hall, that you're choosing, but she's going to start there. She has an honor 4. Her abilities are shadows of the past. She may roll an extra fight dice for each hit she does in a fight round. That's pretty good. She's a scrapper. We needed a scrapper. She's also spirited. She always uses her spirit in a fight instead of her combat, which is great. Loss of faith. May not exchange items or allies with other heroes. Training spirit at the church requires an honor of 6+ instead, because she's pretty tough, right? The way she fights is pretty tough. She's got a spirit of 3. We want to get that up higher so she can get investigation. And I have taken her miniature. This is her miniature. Now, the miniatures in this game are good. They certainly serve their purpose. I'm not even 100% sure this is her miniature, but I think it is, because she looks like she's holding a Bible and a knife. Makes some sense. All right, because some of the miniatures look very similar, but I think I got the right one. Now, this one I know is right, because he's got the hammer and he's looking at some. He's Harlow Morgan, the investigator, or inventor, rather. He's got an honor of 3. He's a genius. He gains 1 investigation at the start of each of his hero turns. Pretty cool, right? That's I picked him specifically so he'd get some investigation without things blowing up on us. Invention. As an action, he may discard any of his 2 items to take another item out of the discard pile. And he's got quick thinking. He can pay 2 investigation to gain +1 fight dice until the end of the fight round. This may be used multiple times in a fight. That's pretty good. He too will join our lovely Liliana at the town hall. And I'm going to start all of them in the town hall. And I don't really want to start any of them on the coast board where they have to work their way back. We'll see. I'll get out there eventually. Maybe we'll do something different with the playwright. We'll see. And here we have Victor Danforth, the playwright. He's got 3 honor as well, so the highest honor is Liliana. He's a creative thinker. When rolling for movement, draw an event card on a roll of 1 or 2 instead of just 1. That's great, because event cards are awesome. Now, when you're playing cooperatively, like I'm going to do here, when you draw an event card, it's a shared party resource. Okay, Flair for the Dramatic. Once per turn, as an action, you may pay 4 investigation to take any card with quote marks in it. Flair for the Dramatic, get it? In the title, into your hand, or from the from the event card pile. So that's what we're going to do. He has a little slogan they all do. His says, "A simple task for someone of my talents." Of course, that's Victor Danforth. All right, now, a couple other house rules, or maybe just one house rule, I think. When I buy items, I only allow them, I don't allow to search through the whole thing. The item shop varies each turn, and you can choose from 3 items that will be displayed, and we shuffle, and every turn there's 3 different items that you can purchase from. Makes it a little harder, but I think it's a little more thematic. And so with that, I think we're ready to begin. Now remember, I am also playing with the other thing that the characters can do is upgrade their skills. There's a whole stack of abilities here for the heroes. Of course, we're only going to deal with Liliana, her upgrade, and the ones upgrades that we have. I'm going to make sure I have ones. Yeah, there's Victor, and hopefully we have one for Harlow. Let's look for Harlow in here. I didn't see it. There he is, Harlow. So there's upgrades for them. When they get 20 investigation, they can spend it and upgrade the character. I think that is a brilliant addition to the game. Of course, we're going to be playing with the advanced mystery chart and the mystery card, so it's going to get crazy every time we go on to a new round. It's just going to be insanity happening. But let's get our first turn in and see what we can do here. Now, I'm not going to go over some things like we know we have the town elders. We have in Shadowbrook itself, we have Lord Hambrook, Lady Hambrook, the Sophie the midwife, Dr. Manning, Reverend Harding, and the Magistrate Croft, and they can all turn evil on us and join the villain. And then over in Tidewater, we have the Harbor Master, the Widow Jessica, and Mayor Carver on their town council. And those are the people that could help us or hurt us throughout the game. It's really a fun aspect of the game, I think. Oh, I forgot I had these cool, much better plastic tokens. I will end up probably using some of these, but I'm going to replace them all very quickly with these tokens here, just so you know, and then we'll get started with our first turns. Here we are at the main board, and we are starting in the town hall of Shadowbrook, as it is starting to be overrun by the enemies of the Nutcracker. Now, the Nutcracker hasn't revealed himself, and there's no minions on the board quite yet, but we know that we're going to be facing them soon. Now, you'll notice that Victor Danforth is not here. I decided to start him on the other side of the board in the town square of Tidewater on the coast, just to mix things up a little bit and add a little variety to what you're seeing happen. As you know, this is a roll and move game, so we get to roll around and we get to move around the board, roll some stuff. It's pretty cool. We're going to have a lot of fun with it, and I can't wait to fight some teddy bears and toy soldiers. First off, we are going to start the game with Liliana, the Lost Soul. She is here in the town, and even though it might be challenging for her, I think we're going to start off by, of course, rolling dice. So let's get a die out, and we're going to roll for her movement. I'm just going to check her abilities. I don't think she has any special movement ability. She does not. She rolled a 2, so she can't get far. I think the right thing to do for her, we could get her cunning up by heading over to the magistrate's office, see if we can train our cunning. We got to roll honor roll. If we roll a 4+, we can get a bonus on our cunning. Or do we go to the church and see if we can get a 6 and get that spirit up to a 4? I think that's the right thing to do there to start. So we're going to take her first action. She's going to move to here, and you notice that she is at the church here. So the first thing that she's going to do, which I love how this game starts off, gives us some benefits. We're going to draw an event card. Now this is all kinds of stuff going on. Look how big the event deck is when you have everything in the game. It's pretty hefty. But we're going to shuffle up a couple of times, and then I'm going to draw a card. See, I'm going to shuffle every time so we get it mixed up. Oh, awesome. Okay, play immediately. Place a militia marker on a namespace on the board. Limit 1 militia marker. Okay, what do militia do? Well, militia are cool. They are tokens. Let me find one for you. There we go. This is a militia token. Now, militia tokens go out on the board. We can place them on any namespace we want. And I think that because of the handbooks, we're going to start by placing our first militia up at the manor. Since there's nothing to fight or anything yet, we don't know where it's going to go. A militia does 2 things. When you are on that space, or if you have a militia token with you, you have an extra wound, and also it gives you +1 to combat dice up there. So that's pretty cool. And then she is at the church. So we're going to spend, I know it's a 6, but we're going to roll the 4 dice. We don't have any investigation yet. That's a bummer. That's right, we can't do that. Wait a second. Hold on. I think we do. I might be starting wrong. Yep, almost made a mistake. Everybody starts with 2 investigation. So Liliana's going to pay her 2 investigation, to get the party started and roll her dice. So that's going to be 4 dice. She does need a 6 to get this bonus. Hopefully she does it. She does not. So it was worth a shot, because if we get her spirit to 4, that's pretty good. Unfortunately, that's the end of her turn. Now we're going to move on to Harlow Morgan, the inventor. He is a genius, so we're going to give him an investigation at the start of each of his turns. So he has 3, but we'll see what he does. We don't know where he's going yet. He rolled a 3. He can't get that far either, but I do think we can get him a +1 cunning. He's pretty good at that. Let's do that. We're going to send him over to the magistrate's office. Once again, that's going to allow him to draw an event card. Now, there's no roll here. Like some areas it says roll, but this just says draw an event, and that's what we did. So we're going to pop over and get a card. Tactical Strike. That's good play on any hero, including yourself, to allow them to add their cunning to their combat for 1 fight round. We're just going to place these along the bottom. Again, these are a shared resource in a cooperative game. All right, then he's going to spend 2 of his investigation to attempt to gain cunning. Now, he's only got an honor of 3, but he needs a 5+ to gain a +1 token. He does not. That's 2 failures in a row. That is awful. All right, that's it for his turn, so this is going to be a slow start for us. Victor Danforth was at the magistrate's office here doing a play in the town square and basically displaying his skills there when he realized that something was amiss. He heard the church caravan running through too, so that may be where he wants to try and go to. We'll see. But again, much like these other places, he gets to here. What's different about this area is we get to draw village encounters. This is good or bad. But here you can heal wounds. Just to talk about the different spaces, there's a market here. You can buy things, or you can pay a random number of investigation to take any item from discard piles. Here you can deploy a militia. So we really don't want to. There's not much we can do there right now. Deploying a militia is good, but it costs 2 investigation. And in here, we can draw a village encounter, and there's a store. But he only has 2 investigations. There's not much to do there. We might want to go. And when does the caravan do its thing? I think it's when it's during the villain turn. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we could head out to the icy waters to try and gather some of the investigation there. But let's see what he rolls. He rolls a 4. That gets him to cover some ground. We could go up to the stone bridge of the docks. We could go to head down to the lighthouse where the caravan is and draw our lighthouse card. How far can we get? We can get 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get all the way there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. He's going to the lighthouse where he will encounter the lighthouse. Now, it says when you are there at the start of the turn, any hero encountering the space for the Christmas must roll a d6. So I think we're going to do that first. We're going to roll a d6 for him. Hopefully we roll something high. A 2 is not high, but a 2 to 3 gains us 2 investigations. So now he's got 4 investigation. Pretty good. And then I don't think we don't do anything with that again until the villain phase, where we'll probably move the nutcracker. I think it's on a 4+, right? Start of the mystery phase, roll a d6 on a 4+. The Christmas caravan drops 2 investigation and moves. Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. So we can now encounter the Christmas caravan and buy something. We have 4 investigation. Is that worth doing? I mean, you could take any number of these actions, but ultimately we do have to encounter the lighthouse, so let's make sure we do that. The lighthouse here, I'm shuffling it up because I added some cards to the lighthouse deck from the expansions, and I don't know how well I shuffled them. And just make it sure it's all mixed up. We'll cut it one more time. And here we go. Our first encounter. What do we get? Oh man, that's a great start. Wow. So he found a sailor's pistol at the lighthouse. He's just laying around, doing his thing. Ammo and everything ready to go. +1 spirit, +1 combat. That gives him a combat of 2 and a spirit of 4, or 5 rather. That's really powerful. Good job. Good job there, Victor. You found a gun. God knows we need guns, right? Okay. Now, let's see. What else do we want to do? Do I want to... I can go to the... I can just get some shop items and see if we can buy something good there with our 4 investigation. I think that's worth doing, right? Now, again, that investigation does not come with exploding gifts because I didn't take it off the space. But let's shuffle up the town items. Remember what I said, the house rule. We're going to draw 3 town items, and that's what's available for purchase at the time. That includes the caravan. So here we go. I'm going to do that. We'll cut one more. There we go. We got 1 item. It's going to be a torch for 4. That's good. Oh, Captain of the Watch for 8. That's an ally, but we can't get in. It's too expensive. Another torch for 4. All right, well, that's not terrible. I think we'll buy, so here's what a torch does. It says you may ignore the effects of weather cards with the keyword weather. Okay, that does not include the whole winter storm thing, I don't think. Tis a winter snowfall. This ability counts as a permanent weather card, so it does. So we can ignore the effects of that. Once per fight round, you may force an opponent to reroll their fight dice against you, but when you do, you roll a d6, and on a 1 or 2, you discard the torch. So he's got 2 items, but that took all his investigation. And there we go. Wow, y'all. First turn. Done. These are going to go back in the pile, and they will shuffle back in. They could show up again. You never know. But we're just going to give it a quick shuffle again. And the town items. So we got a torch, and so Victor went down to the lighthouse, found himself a torch, and then looking around. After visiting finding this gun, he visited the Christmas caravan that was there and bought some things, not knowing that the Christmas caravan is part of the source of the trouble. But that's okay. That's the way it goes. So what happens next in a cooperative game in the game round? So the mystery phase. Once every hero has taken their turn, the players must complete the mystery phase by drawing a mystery card and reading it aloud. But there's also, and by the way, it's always the first player, and that's why even in a cooperative game, it's important to take on the first player. We are also going to roll on the advanced mystery chart first. So let's do that. No, here we go. This is where the fun begins. All right, roll the 4. Okay, so that's lies and deceit. Roll a d6. Any town elder with an honor or equal to or less than the roll gains 1 secret. If any town elder has 3 or more secrets, unrevealed secrets, immediately reveal them. Well, none of them do right now. They just have 1. So any town elder that has a honor of less than 5. Wow, could I have rolled much lower? Equal to or less than. So 5, that means that we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them gain secrets. I will do that. I'm not going to bore you with me passing out secrets to them, but 6 of the 3, 6, 9 elders are going to get secrets. Now that we have done that, and I believe that's all that happens. I'm just going to double check. Yes, it is. Nobody has 3, but a bunch of them have 2 now, so odds are we're going to be revealing some secrets and having some problems with our folks there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a mystery card. Now, I have the same problem with the mystery cards. Again, it's not that big a deal, but they're not always the same color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, and draw. So from the bottom, whatever we get, we get. Let's see what happens. Okay, it struck again. The villain attacks one of the town elders. Roll a d6 on the roll of 4 plus. The town elder with the lowest spirit is killed. Each hero gains 1 investigation. Hopefully we roll really, really badly. Okay, let's see. Come on, where's the dice? Let's see. Let's not lose a town elder in the first part of the game. We do. Town elder with the lowest spirit is going to be, I think, the harbor master. Oh wait, there's 2. So maybe we'll roll off. There's the magistrate Croft and the harbor master. They will die. Now, that's not good for us in so many ways. We'll cover that in a minute. Before I forget, though, I'm going to make sure to give out the 1 investigation to each of the characters based on that. And then let's go kill ourselves a town elder. Interestingly enough, we have 2 town elders that could possibly die. We have the magistrate Croft and the harbor master. I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They both have a spirit of 1. It says kill 1 town elder with the lowest spirit. So a 3. It is going to be magistrate Croft. So we're going to turn his card sideways and drop his token down, and he has died. But that's not it. That's not all. That's not all that happens with that terrible mystery card. Gotta love it. That means that we also are going to have a shadow track movement happen already. Movement on the shadow track can be good or bad. For us, there's a good element to it is the cost of looking at layer cards. It goes down and down, but when we hit here, the villain starts. As you can see, the villain gets tougher as we pass these thresholds, and you saw that the nutcracker also has some things going on there. So we got to be careful of that. But we are already at 18 out of 20 on the first turn. That's wonderful. Got one more thing to wrap up during this mystery phase, and that is going to be the Christmas caravan. We're going to roll at the end of each mystery phase on a d6, and a roll of 4 plus. We're going to drop some investigation. The caravan's going to move. We rolled a 1, so the good thing that can happen didn't, but all the bad stuff did. So the caravan sits there. Victor could go back there, but I don't see the point in that. Though if says if he encounters that space, so if he does stay there, he would linger, and he'd have to encounter that space. That's never very good for us. But anyway, in the very first turn, we've heard rumor of the passing and murder of Magistrate Croft. It gave us some investigation because we learned a little bit about our enemy, and that's one of the ways that we gain investigation. So, turn 1 down as our 3 heroes take on the Volgovian Nutcracker. That's going to be great. I can't wait to see how this plays out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you will enjoy this holiday playthrough. 'Tis the season for an evil Nutcracker to come destroy the village of Shadowbrook and the elders and everybody else in it. And we're going to enjoy it. So thanks, take care, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Bye-bye.